My father's dead. Assassins plan to take over Raish's organization.
Ra's al Ghul has been retired. You may call me Deathstroke.
Me and your son.
Son.
When Son of Batman arrived in 2014, it brought a bold and thrilling new chapter to the DC animated movie universe, diving deep into one of the most personal and complex stories in Batman's long history, the story of his son. The film adapted Grant Morrison's iconic comic storyline Batman and Son, introducing audiences to Damian Wayne, the secret child of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul. From the very beginning, the movie carried a darker tone, merging the worlds of Gotham City's vigilante justice with the deadly legacy of the League of Assassins. It wasn't just another superhero movie, it was a story of legacy, identity, and the eternal conflict between the man and the myth behind the cape. The film opens with the League of Assassins under siege, a chaotic and fiery assault that sets the tone for everything that follows. Ra's al Ghul, the immortal leader of the League, meets his end at the hands of Slade Wilson, better known as Deathstroke. In the chaos, Talia al Ghul escapes with her young son, Damian, revealing that he is not just any boy but the grandson of Ra's al Ghul, and the heir to a deadly empire. From birth, Damian was trained to be a warrior skilled in martial arts, sword fighting, and stealth. Yet, in this brutal upbringing lies the movie's emotional core. When Talia decides to take Damian to Gotham and reveal his true father's identity, it sends shockwaves through Bruce Wayne's carefully controlled world. Bruce's first encounter with Damian is one of shock, disbelief, and reluctant acceptance. The idea that he has a son raised in secrecy by his most dangerous lover, molded by assassins, forces Batman to confront the human consequences of his dual life. Damian's arrival isn't just a surprise, it's a test. The boy's arrogance, ruthlessness, and thirst for vengeance immediately clash with Bruce's moral code. Damian, despite his youth, believes in killing his enemies, a philosophy drilled into him by the League. Bruce, however, believes in justice without bloodshed. This ideological war between father and son becomes the heart of Son of Batman, making it more than a simple action movie. It's a battle between two generations, two worlds, the shadow of the assassin versus the symbol of the hero. The tension grows as Damian insists on avenging Ra's al Ghul's death by killing Deathstroke. His rage is raw and personal, and his confidence borders on arrogance. Bruce, recognizing the danger of letting Damian fall to darkness, takes him under his wing, not just as a father, but as a mentor. Training in the Batcave, wearing a Robin suit for the first time, Damian slowly begins to understand what it truly means to fight for justice rather than revenge. Yet, his defiance never fully fades. He disobeys Bruce's orders, acting on impulse, driven by pride and anger. This dynamic gives the movie an emotional depth that resonates far beyond its action sequences. The confrontation with Deathstroke becomes inevitable. As one of the deadliest mercenaries in the DC universe, Deathstroke serves as the perfect mirror to both Batman and Damian. He's a man who embraces violence, manipulation, and vengeance, everything Bruce fights against. The film builds tension through a series of escalating confrontations, blending high-octane action with psychological conflict. Damian's encounters with Deathstroke aren't just physical battles. They're tests of identity. Each clash pushes him closer to choosing who he really is, a weapon of vengeance or a symbol of hope. Visually, the animation captures the grim, noir-inspired tone of Gotham, mixed with the exotic mysticism of the League of Assassins. The fight choreography is sharp and fluid, showcasing Damian's lethal skills and Batman's mastery of strategy. The movie's pacing keeps viewers hooked from start to finish, balancing intense action with moments of emotional reflection. Even in its quietest scenes, the tension between Bruce and Damian hums beneath the surface, two warriors bound by blood, but divided by belief. Throughout the story, the relationship between Batman and Talia adds another layer of complexity. Talia, torn between her father's legacy and her love for Bruce, plays a morally ambiguous role. She trusts Batman to guide Damian, yet her own motives are always uncertain. This triangle of father, mother, and son creates a web of loyalty and betrayal that keeps the narrative unpredictable. Damian's struggle isn't just external, it's deeply personal, as he tries to understand who he is beyond the shadows of his parents' legacies. As the film reaches its climax, the emotional and physical stakes collide. Damian's final confrontation with Deathstroke becomes a test of everything he's learned. In choosing not to kill his enemy, he takes his first step toward becoming something greater than an assassin. He begins to embody the values of the Batman legacy. It's a powerful transformation, one that mirrors Bruce's own journey from trauma to purpose. In that moment, Son of Batman delivers its central message. Legacy is not about blood or vengeance, but about the choices that define who we are. The voice acting brings every character to life with intensity and emotion. Jason O'Mara's Batman balances authority and vulnerability, while Stuart Allen's performance as Damian captures both the arrogance and inner conflict of a child warrior trying to find his place in a world of darkness. Thomas Gibson's portrayal of Deathstroke adds menace and charisma, making him a truly formidable villain. The film's sound design and music complement its tone perfectly, blending orchestral drama with pulse-pounding action, beats that enhance every moment. By the end, Son of Batman stands as a pivotal film in the DC animated movie universe. It not only introduces Damian Wayne to new audiences, but also reshapes Batman's world by forcing him to confront the realities of family, legacy, and moral responsibility. The story doesn't resolve every conflict instead. It opens the door to new ones, setting the stage for future films like Batman vs. Robin and Batman: Bad Blood. Damian's presence changes the entire emotional landscape of the DC animated world, making every story that follows richer and more personal. The movie's blend of brutal action, emotional storytelling, and philosophical depth makes it one of the standout entries in the DC animated lineup. It explores what it means to be a father, a mentor, and a hero in a world where violence and justice constantly blur. The tension between Bruce and Damian reflects the eternal struggle within Batman himself, the balance between control and chaos, vengeance and virtue. In watching Damian grow, we also see Bruce grow, not as a hero, but as a human being learning to love and protect something more fragile than Gotham itself, his own family. What makes Son of Batman truly memorable is how it captures the essence of legacy. It's not a tale of saving the world. It's a story of saving one soul from falling into darkness. Every punch, every argument, every quiet moment between father and son builds toward that emotional revelation. The movie leaves a lasting impression, reminding viewers that even in a world filled with shadows, the greatest battles are fought within the heart. In the years since its release, Son of Batman has remained a fan favorite, not just for its thrilling action, but for its emotional depth and character-driven storytelling. It marked the beginning of Damian Wayne's evolution from assassin to hero, setting him on a path that would redefine the future of the Bat family. It also reminded fans that behind Batman's stoic mask lies a man constantly wrestling with his past, his choices, and the people he loves. Through the eyes of Damian, we see both the burden and beauty of the Batman legacy, a legacy built not on fear, but on the courage to change. Ultimately, Son of Batman is more than an animated superhero film. It's a story about family, redemption, and the eternal conflict between who we are and who we choose to be. It captures the spirit of Batman at his most human, flawed, determined, and forever driven by hope that even in a world of darkness, a new generation can rise to do better. The bond between Bruce and Damian, tested by anger and strengthened by understanding, becomes the beating heart of this cinematic journey. And as the credits roll, it's clear that this story isn't just about a son discovering his father. It's about a father rediscovering his purpose through his son.